Hey there, music lovers. Today, we're taking a nostalgic journey back to the 60s and 70s, an era that gave birth to some of the most iconic and influential music genres ever. This video is a celebration of the groovy sounds of classic rock, Motown, psychedelic rock, and folk music. So, sit back, relax, and let the music take you away. Let's start with classic rock, the heartbeat of rebellion and freedom. The 60s and 70s were the golden age of rock, where bands like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and The Who defined the genre with their electrifying performances and powerful lyrics. Rock and roll wasn't just music, it was a lifestyle, a movement that encouraged the youth to break free from societal norms and express themselves. It was all about loud guitars, epic drum solos, and a rebellious spirit that resonated with millions. The energy of rock concerts during this time was unparalleled. Picture a sea of fans, hands in the air, screaming out the lyrics to their favorite songs, feeling every beat of the drum and every strum of the guitar. Bands didn't just play music, they created experiences, with pyrotechnics, stage dives, and an electrifying atmosphere that left everyone wanting more. Rock and roll was about more than just having a good time, it was about making a statement and uniting people through music. Now, let's shift gears to Motown, the soulful sound that brought people together. Founded in 1959 by Berry Gordy, Motown Records quickly became synonymous with the spirit of the 60s. With artists like the Supremes, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and the Temptations, Motown created a unique sound that combined catchy melodies with heartfelt lyrics. It wasn't just about creating hits, it was about crafting songs that touched the soul and brought people together across racial divides. Motown was more than just a record label, it was a cultural movement that played a pivotal role in the civil rights era. The music coming out of Hitsville, USA, as the Motown Studio was affectionately known, provided a soundtrack for change and unity. Songs like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye and Dancing in the Street by Martha and the Vandellas weren't just popular, they were anthems that captured the mood of a nation striving for equality and justice. The magic of Motown lay in its ability to blend genres like gospel, jazz, and blues into a sound that was both innovative and timeless. It had a groove that made you want to dance and lyrics that made you think. Whether it was the smooth harmonies of the Four Tops or the powerful voice of Aretha Franklin, Motown had a way of reaching into your heart and making you feel every word. Next up is psychedelic rock, a genre that encapsulated the spirit of experimentation and counterculture. The late 60s saw the rise of bands like the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and Jefferson Airplane, who used their music to explore new sonic landscapes and challenge the status quo. Psychedelic rock was characterized by its use of distorted guitars, elaborate studio effects, and lyrics that often delved into abstract themes of love, peace, and consciousness. This genre wasn't just about the music, it was about creating an experience that transcended reality. Psychedelic rock was heavily influenced by the use of mind-altering substances like LSD, which artists believed could expand the mind and open up new dimensions of creativity. Songs like the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb took listeners on a journey through soundscapes that were both surreal and mesmerizing. The psychedelic movement extended beyond music, influencing fashion, art, and even literature. It was a time of bright colors, swirling patterns, and a desire to break free from the constraints of conventional society. Concerts became more than just shows, they were multimedia experiences, complete with light shows, visual effects, and experimental sounds that captivated audiences and left them in a state of awe. Let's not forget folk music, the voice of the people. Folk music in the 60s and 70s was all about storytelling, simplicity, and authenticity. It was a genre that celebrated the everyday struggles and triumphs of ordinary people. Artists like Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, and Joan Baez used their music to comment on social and political issues, often addressing themes of war, civil rights, and environmentalism. Folk music was raw and real, often featuring just a voice and an acoustic guitar. It was about the power of lyrics and the stories they told. Songs like Bob Dylan's Blowin' in the Wind and Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi weren't just songs, they were calls to action, urging people to think critically about the world around them and to strive for change. Folk festivals, like Newport and Woodstock, became gatherings for people who believed in the power of music to bring about social change. One of the most beautiful aspects of folk music is its simplicity. There's something incredibly powerful about a single voice singing a song that speaks to the human condition. It's music that connects on a deeply personal level, reminding us of our shared humanity and the importance of empathy and understanding. The legacy of the 60s and 70s. As we journey through these incredible genres, it's important to recognize the lasting impact they've had on music and culture. The 60s and 70s were a time of great change and upheaval, and the music of this era reflected that spirit of innovation and rebellion. These genres didn't just define a generation, they paved the way for future artists to explore new sounds and ideas. Even today, we see the influence of the 60s and 70s in modern music. Rock bands continue to draw inspiration from the raw energy and rebellious spirit of classic rock, while contemporary R&B artists pay homage to the smooth grooves of Motown. Psychedelic elements are present in everything from indie rock to electronic music, and folk traditions live on in the singer-songwriter movement that values authenticity and storytelling. The music of the 60s and 70s also had a profound impact on social movements. It was a time when artists weren't afraid to use their platforms to speak out against injustice and advocate for change. The anti-war anthems, civil rights songs, and environmental ballads of this era inspired countless people to stand up for what they believed in and to work towards a better world. Technological innovations and the evolution of sound. Another reason the music of the 60s and 70s continues to captivate us is because of the technological innovations that emerged during this time. The advent of multitrack recording, the use of synthesizers, and advances in studio technology allowed artists to experiment with new sounds and push the boundaries of what was possible. Albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and The Dark Side of the Moon are often cited as masterpieces of studio production, showcasing the creative possibilities of this new technology. These innovations paved the way for the modern music industry, influencing everything from recording techniques to the way music is consumed. Today's artists have access to a wide range of digital tools that allow them to create and share their music with the world, but the spirit of innovation that defined the 60s and 70s remains at the heart of the industry. A timeless influence. As we wrap up this journey through the groovy sounds of the 60s and 70s, it's clear that this era was about more than just great music. It was about challenging the status quo, breaking down barriers, and finding new ways to express the complexities of the human experience. The music of this time continues to resonate because it speaks to the universal themes of love, freedom, and the quest for a better world. Whether you're discovering these tunes for the first time or revisiting old favorites, remember that this music is timeless. It's a reminder of where we've been, how far we've come, and how much more there is to do. The spirit of the 60s and 70s lives on in every riff, every beat, and every lyric, inspiring new generations to pick up a guitar, write a song, and make their voices heard. Thanks for joining us on this musical journey through the 60s and 70s. Keep on rockin', keep on groovin', and we'll see you in the next video.